Welcome back to our basic science class. In the previous class, we had started our 7th lesson, Windows of Knowledge. My dear children, this chapter is very important since its continuation portions are there in your higher classes. So study well. Okay? What did we learn in the last class? Do you remember? Yes, we learned how do we see things, binocular vision, etc. Let's revise it. How do we see an object? Yes, when we look at an object, the light reflected from that object passes through the lens of the eye and forms a single and inverted image on the retina in the eye. The optic nerve sends this message to the brain. The brain enables the vision of the real erect image. What is binocular vision? Yes, the ability to see by focusing both eyes on the same point is termed binocular vision. We get an accurate knowledge of the distance and position of objects by this. Hope you have now understood details about the vision of human beings. Now, we can see some interesting facts about the vision of some other creatures. Have you ever observed a chameleon's eyes? Chameleon's eyes are different from those of other creatures. They can move their two eyes in two different directions and see different sides at the same time. Another interesting creature is owl. The owl has two large eyes right in the front of the head. Look, it can turn its head back and see the sides behind. Isn't it interesting? Yes. Haven't you seen the cat's eyes shines at night? The pupil of the eye of a cat remains contracted in daylight and fully dilated at night. They have the ability to utilize even dim light so they can see even in dim light. My dear children, there is a project for you. Collect data regarding the peculiarities of the sense organs of different creatures. Okay? Do it in your project book. Now, let's go through the rest of this lesson. Next heading, knowing with closed eyes. We all know that the ear helps us to hear. The ear is a sensitive organ of the human body. It is mainly concerned with detecting and transmitting sound. Maintaining a sense of balance is another important function performed by the human ear. Let us have an overview of the structure and functions of the human ear. What are the different parts of the ear? Ear has three important parts. They are outer ear, middle ear, and inner ear. What we see is the pinna, the outer part of the ear. The role of pinna is to receive sounds and direct them into the inner part of the ear. When the sound passes into the ear, it strikes the eardrum. It vibrates. This vibrations passes through the middle and inner ears. From there, the nerves related to hearing carries these vibrations to the brain, and thus we can hear the sound. Once again, how do we hear sound? It is the pinna, the outer part of the ear, receives sounds and direct them into the ear. It is when these sounds pass through different parts of the ear and reach the brain that we recognize sound. Don't we see people inserting things carelessly into the ear? Won't such actions adversely affect the ear? What precautions should be taken to protect the ear? Yes, do not put pointed object into the ear. Do not listen to loud sounds continuously. Do not pour water or other liquids into the ear. Do not let the ear receive any blow. People lose their hearing ability due to many reasons. The difficulties experienced by the deaf are beyond words. Hearing aids are the devices that are used by the deaf people. There are mechanisms in them to enable hearing with clarity. These are the pictures of different types of hearing aids. These are useful for people with partial deafness. The completely deaf people have no use with this. Haven't you seen snakes? Do they have ears? Snakes do not possess external ears. They are able to make out even the slightest movement on the ground with the help of their internal ears. It means that though snakes cannot hear the sound transmitted through air, they can identify sounds transmitted through the ground. Next heading, sensing by smell. We all know that nose helps us to detect smell. Don't we recognize stale food from their foul smell? How do we come to know about a dead rat in our premises? Don't you recognize such instances of foul smell? Yes, isn't it? But human beings generally have a weak sense of smell. Many creatures have a stronger sense of smell than humans. Stalwarts of smell. Sharks are the stalwarts of smell. They can detect the smell of blood split at a far distance in the sea. The dog is another animal with a strong ability to identify things by smell. You might have seen dogs urinating frequently on the way as they move. This is to trace the way back by smell. Dogs are used in the field of crime investigation due to their ability to smell and identify things. Have you seen snakes frequently putting out their tongue? Do you know why? Snakes use the tongue to recognize smell. Okay children, hope you all enjoyed and understood today's class. See you in the next class. Thank you.